So
What's up, fellas? This is another episode of the Beer League Beauties. We got the Riv boys on here. Welcome, boys.
what's going on?
How are we? So this episode is sponsored by Gladiator Energy. Me and my friend created this drink. It's a healthy energy. So it's got no sugar right there. It's got no preservatives. And if you turn it around on the back, it's got 0 calories. So it's got all that good shit. BCAAs for muscle recovery. It's got creatine in there. So it's a very healthy energy drink. If you guys ever want to try it, go get some. Maybe we'll ship some out to you. But
Yeah.
other than that, let's talk some hockey here. So at Riviera, you guys are a local. Is it a New Hampshire team or a Mass team?
Nashua, New Hampshire. So
Yeah. Okay.
we're at Massachusetts, but we're in New Hampshire.
Nice. Sweet. And so let's talk about you guys for a quick second. Where did you guys play juniors? Or if you did?
Let me just So I'm from Chicago originally. I'm a sophomore here at Rivier this year. I went to Culver Academy to play prep school. So I played there my freshman to senior year. I actually walked onto the prep team my senior year after playing JV high school hockey there for 2 years. I had a big growth spurt. I was a late bloomer. So after that, I went out to juniors. I was at New Hampshire Junior Monarchs Premier. I went to Boston Advantage there for a bit as well. And then the year after that, I ended up playing in Canada. I was in the Maritimes League out in Nova Scotia, which was an unreal experience. Highly, highly recommend that league. Unbelievable town, unbelievable program. And then I actually finished the season with the Sioux Thunderbirds in the NOJHL. We actually won the chip that year, went out to Centennial Cup. Another unbelievable experience. Man, yeah, I know it. Yeah. It was out in Estevan, Saskatchewan that year. And I can talk about that for hours, but I ended up getting over to Rivier now with my good pal Carter Poulin over here. So this kid, man, this kid's huge, but he's a true sophomore. I'll let him talk a bit about that.
Yeah, so basically, I'm from New Hampshire here. I played high school public hockey in New Hampshire all 4 years. Basically, I was more of a later bloomer. I'd say like junior high school, I started to really like pick it up and doing all these showcases in the summer and stuff. Definitely had some options to play, different junior levels after high school, but Riv offered me to come here, and my parents really liked the idea of going straight to school and being able to play. So that's what I ended up doing. Sophomore here, found some success here and love it here. So lucky to be here.
Wow, dude, congrats. I mean, shit, am I lagging? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
All right. Well, I mean, not a lot of people will tell you congrats because that's a huge step going from public New Hampshire high school hockey. I played New Hampshire high school hockey, and that shit sucks. It's tough hockey. I'm not saying it's the best, but to come out of that hockey and play Division III hockey, it's a huge jump. Not a lot of people get a congrats. So congrats, man. It's awesome.
Thank you.
What school did you go to?
I went to Berlin, New Hampshire, like up north, smaller town. One thing I will say about Berlin is we got a pretty rich hockey history. If you look into it, we got a lot of people that, played professionally and played in the queue and all that stuff. So we got a good history. We had a good, support system in the community. I think that's the one reason why I was able to develop as a player was just from the people that were there previously. So
Nice. I went to Winnicott, if you know where that is.
Yeah, I do know where that is. Yeah. We played against actually a couple times in high school. So.
Oh, nice.
It was
nice. I must have missed you a couple times. Trying to remember if we played you guys. I don't know. I don't think we did. Might have been.
Wait.
What'd you say?
What year did you graduate?
I was there. My last year was 2018. So.
No, I mean I wasn't even in high school yet. No, I was in 8th grade.
Yeah. I guess we didn't even see each other. So yeah. But hey, congrats on making it out the mud. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I mean, congrats to both of you fellas. You guys are playing, college hockey. Not a lot of people get to even do that, to be honest. So
Yeah.
congrats on that. And so you guys are at Riviera. What do you guys do for your majors for school?
So I'm a business management major with a minor in finance.
And then I'm a
Nice.
finance major with a minor in cybersecurity management, which is a new thing. It's pretty big. So something
Sweet.
our schools expand.
Nice. Good luck with that, fellas, if you guys don't go to the show.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, something I couldn't do. Fuck. I didn't go to the show. But I'll tell you what, I can go to the fucking beer league show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking
There you
about
go.
beer league, we just had a big tournament actually in my hometown this weekend. So big beer league tournament, had a bunch of the guys up, rented an Airbnb. That was a fun weekend.
Fucking
Good
right.
hockey. I mean, it was like we played this one team on Friday that had a bunch of like older Yukon guys, some A guys, some ECHL guys. It was a good weekend. It was a good
Yeah.
tournament. So
And it's, people think you play college hockey, you got to walk in and undress all these guys that play beer league A, but just because they're out a few years, man, they still know how to play the game. They get pissed too. They don't mess around out there.
they definitely
No, they
like
don't.
hook in.
I
They're more
mean,
passionate than college programs I've seen, man. I'm telling you, they take that shit seriously.
yeah. Yeah. There's some guys that get fired up. Like some guys they'll be like no scoreboard on the clock and they'll be keeping the score and shit. Like this is game 7 of the Stanley Cup, and they're like full on fucking going at it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All roads they lead to the beer leagues, So
They sure do.
um so all right, so let's talk a little bit about Riviera Hockey. So what do you guys get for gear? Like hockey gear.
So,
What do you guys get?
Yeah, so we're sponsored by Bauer, so which is nice. I mean, I like Bauer gear. I know Carter likes Bauer gear. We get 6 sticks each year. Custom specs, whatever you want. Paddle blade, whatever curve, whatever flex. We get helmet, gloves, pants, and then we get a discount on all other gear through TSR, which is TSR in Salem. They got other stores around. So if you need new skates and they're top of line skates, we get a heavy discount on those as well, which is nice. And so they try and take care of us over here. We get the gear we need, which is good. And in season when your gloves are falling apart or your bubble gets cracked because you're blocking shots, like a good D man and a good forward do, then you need the new gear. So we get hooked up.
Way to be. Nice.
Yeah.
And so for like apparel, what do you guys get?
I mean, we got a lot of stuff this year. Backpacks.
We got these hoodies right here, custom hoodies,
Yeah.
Bauer with the Raiders hockey number. Got that beanie I'm wearing right there.
Yeah.
We got a lot.
We got like couple long sleeve shirts, couple t-shirts, couple pairs of shorts. They take good care of us here. Hats, all that stuff. So, I mean, workout clothes. We get all that stuff here. So we're lucky. This school is really trying to hook the boys up with all the swag. So.
Fucking rights. That's awesome. I mean, there's other schools they get nothing. I'll tell you that.
We got quite a bit this year, and all the stuff is like either Nike or Bauer through the school. So it's all like pretty nice stuff.
Yeah, no, it's quality. It's
Yeah.
definitely not cheap. Like, some people get a lot of stuff. It could be all, like a polyester cotton, which is fine. But if you want to lift, if you want a dry fit shirt or something like that. So we get a lot stuff for going out, just to class or working out. We got shower shoes with Raiders logo on it and stuff. So it's neat. It's a good situation.
Yeah. That's like D1 level type setup for, the apparel and your gear. Looks like, I mean, you guys get custom everything, like the pants, the gloves are pretty cool. Even the twigs.
With our like jerseys and stuff too. Like, I mean, we got some pretty nasty
Yeah, we
looking
got brand new
jerseys, man.
jerseys after 2 years. Yeah, another
mean,
three jerseys. Yeah, so.
They look sick. I wouldn't just say that either. Like I really like the design logos that they got, and it's fucking I love it, man. You walk out there feeling great. Look good, feel good, play good. Come on now. It's fucking amazing.
Let's go. Fucking right. Well, we like to hear. I mean, style over skill. Well, I mean, I see it in both your games. I mean, you sent me those pictures the other day. You guys got steezy style. I mean, I'm loving it with the fishies. Great way. Great way to go.
Yeah.
I think the most underrated thing, we got those gloves. We got like these Bauer Pro Stock gloves that are like custom with like we got our, like the name of the team stitched on the side and everything. It's pretty sweet. So
Yeah.
you know, React 150 buckets, you know, Pro Stock Bauer pants. So pretty nice setup.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, that's pretty cool to have, like, even that little bit of custom, you know, a little bit of color switch in the gloves is really cool, because a lot of schools, let's just pick out like one school, like Manhattanville or something. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure they just get stock gloves. You can go to TSR and you can buy the same glove that Manhattanville has. You know, so many schools have that. You know, you can go frickin' Southern Maine. They got stock gloves from TSR, you know, anywhere. But you guys get that little bit of custom, which will attract a lot, you know, more people, maybe better skill.
It definitely does. You know.
Yeah, not even gonna lie. When I was looking at this school, I did look at like what they got for gear and stuff, and I was like pretty impressed right away. I was like, wow, like about everything, you know. So we got a good setup. We're lucky here.
Yeah, it's like I like to say it's like a little hidden gem because it's a newer program, so it's not hitting people's top lists, you know, coming right out of juniors and right away, unless coaches reaching out directly, because we've only been around for a few years, we don't have much to show yet. But now we just went out to Castleton, won their Thanksgiving Invitational this year, so it was the first championship win in a tournament for Rivier. It's hockey history, and we're really starting to build up. I mean, we got the best part about Rivier is the people, man. Like our AD, our athletic director, just he really does a lot for us. Wants us to succeed. We have a great coach who's very passionate, and the boys. I mean, we're all part of a build up. You know what I mean? It's not, we haven't been around for 25, 30 years, so our influence and our opinion as players really gets taken to note by the higher ups, which is nice. You feel like you're important, and what you say means something. So it's a unique situation. It's a hidden gem, clean campus. It's a good spot for sure.
Nice, dude. That's the stuff that, an athlete wants to hear,
100%.
I mean,
one thing too that I really, a lot of people, when they get to D3, a lot of people still have some pro ambitions. Like I want to play pro, Carter wants to play pro, and people, a big difference between D1 and D3 that people, I feel like wish they had more at the D3 level is more pro aspirations and work ethic and all that. And I want to say, I think that guys on our team here, we have that. Like we got guys that want to play higher up, and we got guys that want to improve, and that's huge. And we got a coach that's willing to facilitate that. You know what I mean? Like he's really trying his best to keep us confident, help our goals, and you want to be in a spot as an athlete that you're going to get better and get pushed, and not feel like you're just a big fish in a small pond. And D3 hockey in general, I mean, it's hard to do that, but Rivier is a good spot for that, and we push each other hard, really hard.
Our coach is accountable, and most of our teammates are accountable. It's we're lucky. We got a good group of guys here. So
yeah.
Well, and so, yeah, that's awesome to hear about that. I mean, you go to some colleges, some guys could care less, maybe as you go down to the ACHA level, there's not too much inspiration. It could be like high school hockey, but the Division III level, there's guys that want to go pro, and that's good that, most of your guys should want to go pro and keep going for the team. That's how every team should be. So do you guys have a lot of competitiveness, sorry. Do you guys have like scratches and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Our last year actually we had about what 8 scratches in the stands.
Almost 10
Almost
scratches.
10.
Yeah.
It's dwindled down this year. We had a new coach this year. Sean Miller. He came from Franklin Pierce. And we have a little bit less scratches now, but there's
still like 6 or 7.
6, 7. But it's competitive, and every week is a tryout. You know what I mean? Like if you could be the top scorer on the team, you be the best hands out there. If you're slacking off that whole week and coach doesn't think you're ready to play that weekend, then you're not playing that weekend. And I think that's huge. It's a keeps everyone accountable. And especially, we're an independent school up until this coming season. We're an independent school, so it's tough being an independent school without, unless you win all your games, you're not getting, playoffs. You're not getting bids to, bids to any tournaments or anything like that. Now we're joining the MASCAC, so we have something to prove. We have a chip on our shoulder. We take some good teams far. We've also lost to some teams we should have beat that, we were up against. But this coming year, we got a big chip on our shoulder. So it's a huge, you can just feel the buzz with our coach and our team. Like we got something big to prove here. And it's making everything even more competitive, which is great. Yeah. So,
dude, I think that will be awesome for you guys going into the MASCAC. And it's going to be you guys in Plym.
Yeah, that's the goal. And yeah, we're gonna do some damage next year. We got some guys coming in, and we got a solid group. Like, some of these teams we play against, they're good teams. They pass the puck well. They're bigger guys, but our team, one thing I will say, and I think Carter can agree, we have so much skill like our players are skilled as fuck. Like we got some good guys that can skate, shoot, stick handle, and play the game of hockey well. And I think next year we're really gonna put it together and do some damage. We gotta.
It'll just be like nice to play like league games and stuff too. Like the energy will be a little bit different, Like you're working for something, You're working towards the goal at the end of the year. So I think that'll just make everyone better. Everyone's gonna want to compete more. Everyone's gonna take that extra step in the off season, and it's gonna be good. And I think it's gonna really be a good change for. We've been here for 2 years. We're ready. We're going in as juniors. We're ready. So
yep, more than ready. It's about time. We deserve it, and now we got to go prove it. So
nice.
It'll be exciting to watch.
Yeah, I think you guys can be a top team. I've seen you guys play. You guys can definitely compete with that Plym team. So
that's the goal.
Is your team an older team or a younger team?
I'd say we're going to be older now.
I'd say kind of middle almost, because we were a bit younger. Like me and Carter's freshman year, our starters were all freshman, sophomore, and those guys, some of our starters are 2 of our captains, and they're going to be seniors next year. So, and it feels like yesterday we were freshmen playing and all that, but now we'll be a bit older. We got a few more seniors on the team now, but I'd say most teams we play against are still a bit older. We only got like a couple seniors that will be graduating next year. We only had one graduate this year.
6 or 7 maybe. We're going to be like, I think right now we're honestly junior heavy with those guys, and then
that class the junior class this year going to be senior class is probably our heaviest class. Then me and Carter's class was the second heaviest, and we actually lost like 5 guys. So it's like me, Carter, and one other guy now.
That started.
That started originally.
And
for all various reasons.
Yeah. Where did those guys go play for other teams?
Yeah. A few. One went to Castleton. A couple went to ACHA D1 out in like Nebraska or something. Midland University.
Yeah. We had a guy go to Florida Gulf Coast. We had a guy go to SNU. It wasn't anything, like it was just different paths in life, I feel like, for some of the guys. Some guys lived closer to home for them. Some guys just, wanted something else. So it was there wasn't like a common denominator as to why they left. No one else in any other classes had a big loss of guys except ours that 1 year. So
Also,
It
coaching
happens.
change over the
yeah, we had a big coaching
change over the summer. I mean,
so,
that's probably, you know, big reason, you know, it's a lot of uncertainty. So
yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to be fighting for their spot or whatever it is, you know. Maybe they can go be the top dog at Florida Golf. It's not a bad school.
No, it's not.
Walk in with fucking your flip flops, come out with flip flops, see the palm trees, jump in the ocean, have a beer. Good night.
meanwhile, we're shoveling off our cars at 7 in the morning with the Braco. So it's a difference, you know. It's
Yeah, but you want to get it under your belt and play Division III hockey. That means more than anything, as a hockey player to even get to that level. So some people underestimate it. It's like, oh, you played Division III hockey. Who cares? No, it's like, dude, you don't know how hard you fucking worked to get there. You worked your ass off.
That's a big thing. I see. Yeah, hear it more with people that don't know hockey as much. Like, people that just think D1 sports. They hear football, baseball, and they don't realize how competitive hockey is at that level because of juniors and all. There's so many different factors that make hockey in general just a more competitive sport than most sports. But yeah, people are starting to realize soon. I mean, more and more guys go pro out of D3 all the time. I always am looking up. I'll sometimes just do some research where guys are going. I got a lot of buddies that went out. I mean, I got some buddies at St. Norbert that went out to the EIHL in England, which is just an unbelievable league. I mean, straight from D3. Guys take guys that played the NHL, the AHL, the ECHL, D1. Like guys from D3 are going there and putting up numbers. So it's definitely something I'm happy about. The game of hockey's they're really starting to pay attention to D3 more, and I think it's good for the sport. I mean, there's some quality players that can play pro out of D3 as much as anyone else. So it's good. It's good to see.
Yeah. And this is coming from a wise beer leaguer with a gut, with a glove in his hand, the stick in his hand, and a beer in his hand on the bench. Play the game as long as you can. Go out there and fucking in Germany. Go out there and play. So do it as long as you can, because we'll all be there one day playing in fucking beer league. So
absolutely, that's cool, man. It's a fun process. Gotta enjoy it. Me and Carter both do a good job of doing that. We enjoy it. We enjoy each other's company. We enjoy getting out there.
That's what makes it just easier. And you love, like this is what we love to do, and it's a lot of work, but it's the process that I love the most. It's everything about it. It's just fun. You enjoy it, get better. It's just how it is.
Yeah. And so here's a couple questions kind of combined into one, I guess. Or maybe we can do them one by one. So do you guys love the grind, and what is the grind for you guys?
I'll start off on this one. You probably have a similar answer. For me, I mean, I personally, I mean, the grind to me is just getting up to prove to myself that I'm capable. So I love it. I mean, I love the challenge. I love pushing myself. I love pushing my brothers to, it's rewarding seeing one of your buddies, put up that squat max in the gym and then go out there, the next season and put up, 10 more points than he did the year before because, you're directly helping him. And also for yourself, I mean, it's each year, I love video analysis for myself. For me personally, my game, I was always very fast, athletic skater. I had good hands and a good shot, but I would skate myself into bad positions. I would do too much. And it's just, I enjoy the process of learning to, calm down, stay more patient. And because of that, directly resulted in me putting up more points on the season, becoming a smarter hockey player, getting more looks from better teams. So it's very rewarding to take your passion and your craft and slightly, every day improve on it and see it work. It's just it's accomplishing your goal right in front of you, which is big in any aspect of life. So I think Carter probably agrees with that, I'd assume.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it might be a little bit different. I mean, but I was coming in, to Riv last year. I was 18, and I think the grind was more so like I knew I could compete at this level, but it was like getting to that step last year and now like taking those steps, um, and having a bigger role. Like from last year to this year, my role was, pretty. I mean, at the end of last year, I definitely had a solid role and, continue to develop and fill that role better this year was something that I was really, happy with. And, I think the grind more was this like the summers, like the off season. I think that's where, you're gonna find the most improvement, as personally. And that's where, I think everyone can take the most steps, I think, is honestly the off season. So
Yeah. And so for your grind, like what would you do in the grind? Was that shooting pucks or was it more in the weight room or was it in the
it
kitchen?
was a combination. So like I live in Berlin, New Hampshire, and they don't have ice in the summer. So I would drive to Hooksett, New Hampshire to skate with like a bunch of USHL kids and like college kids in Hooksett, New Hampshire, like 2.5 hours, 3 times a week last summer, like working around that, like then getting in the gym like 4 days a week, like that was mostly like my grind, I would say, and that was that was like my grind this summer, I think, the most part of it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, my off season grind. I mean, even in season, just making sure I wake up. First alarm, make my bed, and all that. And for me personally, off season is where I make all my biggest strides as a hockey player. And similar to Carter, I mean, I'm from Chicago, so I got a 95 rinks in a span of 5 miles I can go skate at, which is a blessing. I mean, it's amazing. I like to travel. I go downtown a lot, downtown Chicago, and I skate with some high end guys, all pros, college guys, and they're fairly exclusive skates. Like you're not going to get some 14-year-old that plays AAA out there. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just they're more exclusive skates with some good coaches. I like to train with Paul Goodman, Blackhawks strength, the conditioning coach. He's a beast, man. That guy. I got so much, more endurance from that guy in one summer. It was unbelievable. He's such a good guy too. He actually wrote a book. I forget the name of the book, but he's got a book all about like hockey anatomy. It's good stuff. And then I get on the ice with Brian Keene, stick handling specialist for the Blackhawks, and just do some skill work. And then I don't know if you've ever heard the name Matt Ford. Matt Ford, I met 2 summers ago. He was a captain of the Grand Rapids Griffins in the AHL. He's that guy helped my hockey game so much. He runs this scrimmage every Tuesday and Thursday with all high end guys, and they're competitive as fuck. I feel like I'm on his AHL team. Like he's my captain. The way he runs the practice. I mean, if you dish a pizza into the middle, dude, he'll sit you. It's fucking
Yeah.
July 14th, Tuesday. I just had a banana, some coffee, and if you make us pizza in the middle, you're not skating that day. I mean, he holds you accountable, and it's just it's a blessing. I got these guys, and I'm able to train with them, and it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I mean, to be a big dog, you got to train with the big dogs, So,
I would have to agree with that.
yeah. Fucking right on, boys. The Riv boys. Well,
Yes, sir.
it was amazing to have you on here, and I really appreciate your time, fellas. So,
Thank you.
that's a wrap on a great episode, and say hello to Coach Millerick for me. Tell him that Braden Logue says hello.
Will do.
We will.
All right, I'm gonna end the episode, but I would love to talk to you guys for 5 more minutes right after.
Yeah.
All right.